Darrell Sheets is gone. For millions of viewers, he wasn't just another reality TV star. He was Times the Guy, Times from Times Storage Wars, the loud voice, the fearless bidder, the man who could stare into a half-open storage unit for 10 seconds and somehow bet thousands of dollars like he already knew what was inside. Fans called him unforgettable. The show called him the gambler. And now, at the age of 67, Darrell Sheets' story has come to an end. On the 22nd of April 2026, officers from the Lake Havasu City Police Department responded to Darrell's home in Arizona at around 2 a.m. after reports of a deceased person. When they arrived, they found Darrell suffering from what police described as an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The case was transferred to the Criminal Investigations Unit, and his body was turned over to the Mohave County Medical Examiner's Office for further investigation. People.com. 1. The news spread fast. And for longtime viewers of Times Storage Wars, it felt unreal, because Darrell Sheets wasn't just part of the show. For many fans, Times was Times the show. Before the fame, before the cameras, before A&E turned storage auctions into primetime television, Darrell was already living that life. Born in California, Darrell spent years in the resale and auction business. He understood something most people didn't. Junk isn't always junk. Sometimes what looks like trash is actually treasure. That instinct became his career. He made a living buying abandoned storage lockers, units left behind when owners stopped paying rent. Under California law, those units could be auctioned off. Buyers were allowed only a quick look from the doorway. No touching, no stepping inside, no opening boxes, just a few seconds. And then a decision: bid or walk away. It was part business, part instinct, part pure gambling, and Darrell was built for it. That's exactly why, when Times Storage Wars Times premiered in 2010, he became one of its biggest breakout stars. The concept of the show was simple: professional buyers competing for mystery lockers. But Darrell brought something bigger: personality, confidence, chaos. He didn't just bid, he performed. He would walk up to a locker like he owned the place, throw out a massive number, and make everyone else nervous. Sometimes he lost badly, but when he won big, really big. Across more than 160 episodes of the show, Darrell became one of the most recognizable faces in reality television. He appeared in 163 episodes and became one of the defining personalities of the series. https://www.kktv.com. 2. His nickname, the Gambler, wasn't for show. It was earned, because Darrell believed in betting big. And some of his most famous discoveries became television legend. One of the biggest came when he bought a storage locker that turned out to contain original artwork by Frank Gutierrez. The art was later appraised at around $300,000. One of the biggest profits in Times Storage Wars Times history. Wikipedia. 3. He also became known for uncovering valuable comic book collections, rare collectibles, and stories that sounded too wild to be true. Fans loved that, because Darrell represented something people secretly hope for: that somewhere, hidden behind an ordinary door, there might be something life-changing waiting. That one lucky moment could change everything. And somehow, Darrell made that feel possible. His famous phrase became part of TV history. "This is the wow factor." And honestly, it was. But television fame doesn't protect anyone from real life. Behind the big personality, Darrell faced serious health struggles. In 2019, he suffered a major heart attack. It was serious enough that he publicly told fans doctors warned him about the condition of his heart. He also battled congestive heart failure, and recovery was difficult. That moment changed everything. People.com won. After years of fast-paced television and auction stress, Darrell stepped away. He retired from full-time appearances on Times Storage Wars Times and moved to Lake Havasu, Arizona. There, he opened an antique shop with a name that sounded exactly like something only Darrell Sheets would create. Havasu, show me your junk. Perfect. Even after retirement, he stayed close to the same world that made him famous. Old furniture, vintage signs, forgotten valuables, hidden stories. It was still Darrell, just quieter. He still made guest appearances on the show through 2023, but the wild everyday spotlight had faded. Wikipedia. 3. And for many fans, that felt like a happy ending, a larger-than-life personality finally slowing down, still collecting, still laughing, still chasing treasure. But behind public smiles, private struggles can exist. And after his death, fellow cast member Renee Najoda shared something painful. He claimed Darrell had been dealing with serious online harassment and cyberbullying. According to Renee, Darrell had been really tormented by someone online. He urged people to take cyberbullying seriously and asked authorities to examine whether that pressure may have played a role. These claims remain part of an ongoing conversation, and no official conclusion has been made. But it opened an important discussion. Because people often assume strong personalities don't break, that loud people are okay, that funny people are fine, that successful people are safe. But pain doesn't care about fame. Sometimes the people who look strongest are fighting the hardest battles alone. Page 6-4. As the news spread, tributes poured in. A&E released a statement calling Darrell a beloved member of the Times Storage Wars Times family. Co-stars remembered him not just as a television personality, but as a friend, someone loud, someone stubborn, someone impossible to ignore. Brandy Passante shared one of the most emotional tributes. She urged anyone struggling with emotional pain to reach out for help. She reminded people that the grief left behind by suicide can last forever. It wasn't just a celebrity post. It felt personal. Because people who worked beside Darrell knew the person behind the television character. EW.com. 5. Fans reacted the same way. Across social media, thousands remembered the same things. His laugh, his confidence, his ridiculous certainty that every locker held gold. People remembered watching him with family, late-night reruns, weekend marathons. The excitement of waiting to see if Darrell had just made the best deal of his life or the worst. That kind of familiarity matters. Reality TV creates a strange relationship. You may never meet someone, but they still become part of your routine, part of your memories, part of your life. And Darrell was that person for many people. Even Reddit threads filled with viewers saying the same thing. He was my favorite. He made the show. I can't believe he's gone. Reddit. 6. That says something. Because fame fades, but connection lasts. Darrell Sheets helped define an era of reality television where personality mattered as much as the product. He made auctions exciting. He made old storage lockers feel like treasure hunts. He made people believe that luck could still happen, that magic could still be hiding in ordinary places. And maybe that's why his loss feels bigger than entertainment news, because Darrell wasn't polished. He wasn't pretending to be perfect. He felt real, messy, bold, loud, human. People connected to that. Now, at 67, his story ends. But the image people will remember probably won't be the headlines. It'll be Darrell standing in front of a dusty storage unit, arms crossed, already convinced he'd found something incredible. Because maybe that was his real gift. Not just finding treasure, but making other people believe treasure was still out there. That possibility still existed. That behind every closed door, there might be something amazing waiting. And for Darrell Sheets, that belief was always the real wow factor. If you or someone you know is struggling emotionally, reaching out matters. Help is available through local crisis support services and the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline in the U.S.